everyone, it's Diana at Catherine Diana Studios, and if you just watched or saw my most recent video, I said that I was going to challenge myself and make a Christmas journal from free stuff, basically around the house or from our neighbors, or maybe picked up from work if they no longer need like magazines and such in the reception room or whatever. So while I am downloading the last video, Craft with Me tutorial video, I'm currently recording this one, so I'm hoping my phone will not freak out for storage. So, and especially because I don't know what I'm going to do. This is totally winging it. I want to make it fast, and I don't want to fill my phone up because it's getting kind of full. I've got a lot of pictures I need to unload, and my hard drive, my backup hard drive, croaked, and I ordered a new one. It is just taking its sweet time getting here. It's 10 days still out or late, so I haven't been able to unload the pictures on my phone to my laptop. Actually, I can, I just have no way to back them up. So anyway, so here we go. It's all basically free stuff. This was a kitchen towel or paper towel holder that I'm trying to flatten a bit. I use the kitchen towel ones. I know a lot of people, you can see I cut them differently. This one was kind of damaged on the end. I know a lot of folks use the paper towel rolls. I don't know, I can't do that. That's just kind of icky to me. No. So these are from the kitchen. So I thought this could be a cute little journal, and I may split this up into 2 videos to save my phone, because I'm going to make a cover too. So I went through, I got my, got a magazine that I get, and it can be any magazine that you get. So here's a catalog. This is a Oriental Trading Company catalog. Love their stuff. I grabbed this from a DVD mailer because of the little Christmas trees here. I don't know if I'm going to do red or not. Here's an envelope. It was green. I thought, great, I'll use that. This is a nice window envelope. I may or may not use this. I grabbed these. Actually, this is not for this project. I thought those were just great. Can you see that there? Great. Use those for stamps. So I thought that was pretty cool. I like these 2 envelopes here. An envelope I may use. This is the value pack coupons. I don't know if you get these things in your mail, but I thought these would be great because I've used stuff like this in comic books to make flowers in the past. Here is a Joann's flyer. I grabbed this because I thought it might, I really didn't even look at it, it might have maybe Christmassy looking stuff. So I don't know if I can use that or not. I'm not really sure. I don't know. We'll see. I grabbed this, another magazine, because the colors, if I want to go with blues, I can use that. If I want to use, oh, that's cool. Look at those colors. Oh, I've heard about this movie. I heard they filmed this in Iceland. And I used to live in Iceland. I met my husband there. He actually, I lived in Reykjavik and he was in Keflavik, and he's an American, but he was there. And anyway, I lived in Iceland and it was fantastic. I'm American too, born here, but I did travel and live in different countries. Anyway, I had the time of my life. It was just the most magnificent thing I ever did, and drop of a hat, I'd do it again. So anyway, so this is really pretty. Those are some pretty colors. So if going with the blues, look at that beautiful, I don't know if they're getting a lot of glare. Look at the beautiful blue there. This kind of stuff, I get cut out of magazines anyway because I love this watch face, and I'll put things like that when I'm doing a big collage, glue book kind of thing. But I know there's stuff in here that can be used. These colors as backgrounds, maybe this red, cuts pieces of this. There's all kinds of stuff in magazines, and even the look at all those colors there. So cutting out little circles, You could make what look like little ornaments. You know, there's all kinds of stuff. So I don't know what all we're going to find in here, but every magazine that you have, or your neighbor has, or your mom or dad has, or your sisters, whoever gets magazines, you can see the various, even if that's grass, when you cut that out, and embellish on it, it could be really Christmassy, which is surprising. But all of these things, you end up with lots of color in any magazine that you use. So I just grabbed a few things from around. These were all in the recycle bin. So a couple on the coffee table, but so there we go. So like I said, I have no idea what I'm going to do, but what I'm going to start with, I think, is maybe an envelope. So this is kind of big, but it's okay. And I can always make it top feeding, you know, put it in that way. So I think that's what I'll do. And I'm going to be really brave here because I mentioned before in videos, I don't do so well cutting in a straight line. The things that I can do, you know, painting super fine lines, stuff like that, I can do that, but cutting straight, I swear, I have a problem with it most of the time. See what I mean? See, can you see that? Right there. I try to blame it on scissors. It just looks wonky. But I'm not using my cutter, my paper cutter, because not everybody has a paper cutter. We're going to do this. Dang it. There we go. Wait a minute. We're going to do this as if I don't have those things. You know, it's just to save money, use what you have. See what I mean? Bless it all. Can I blame it on the scissors? I swear it's the scissors. Okay, I'm done. I'm so over it. I'm going to get these. Why is that? Does anybody else have that problem? Maybe it is. Those are cheap scissors. Maybe that's been my problem all along. You know? Or maybe I'm just a clod. And actually that's the one I'm going with, and because that's probably much more accurate. That's a little bit better. And the thing is, if you have the same problem, all you have to do is put something at the top and kind of hide it. If you've got a piece of lace, use it. If you don't have lace and you just have paper, you can take your paper and fold it, you know, like, I did grab cupcake liners because a lot of times we have cupcake liners laying around. You know, you can fold it in little pieces like this. Matter of fact, I may do that to cover up that I still cannot see that. Can you see how not straight that is? That still fit? Yes. I just, it makes me bonkers because that should not be happening. But this is I swear to you, this is a problem I have all the time. That's a little bit better. It's still wonky. I'm done. I'm so over it. I don't know why I have that problem. But yet, I have painted reproduction French antique dolls. Did those for years. And they're just magnificent. And I can paint the finest of lines, you know, and just wonderful things like that. But I cannot cut a straight line. So... Anyway, all right, so I'm going to cut out some colors. I think I'm going to go with traditional colors for now, maybe. So let's go with, I'm going to start off with, I don't even know if I'm going to use this or not. Oh, let me tell you how much I miss. I know that that's not straight right there, but that's okay. How much I miss not using my paper cutter. What else do we have that's red? Oh, here's some red. So let's, you know what? And this, I might be able to use this. We'll see. Even this, I think if I do like an edge, a border or something along a side like so, you can have little, you know, presents kind of jutting out, I guess. That's not really a Christmas red, but it's, I'm going to set that aside. It's red. And I am going to include some glitter glue because that's fairly inexpensive. That's a little too orange. Goodness. I thought it wasn't legal to advertise this anymore. Did they laws change? What the heck? Remember, you couldn't do that. You couldn't have it on TV. You couldn't have it in magazines. I'm surprised. That's the first ad I've seen like that in a long time. What, two decades or something? When did those laws originally pass? That was a long time ago. All right, let's see, what else have we got? Okay, here's some green. That's kind of written. That's pretty, but yeah, look at that, another one. Oh my gosh. Wow, I'm surprised. I'm really surprised. Oh, that's a sad red. Australia. I grew up in fire country. I went through a couple of big fires as a kid, but one in particular, our neighbors, they lost their house. They didn't live directly next door to us. They were about 6 houses up. They were not home, and everyone was trying to save their own house and save their house too. And seriously, one of the things that saved our home, you know, our house was the last houses on the hill, the last row, and there was a hill in our backyard, and all of our hill was ice plant, and the fire burned right down to our fence line where that ice plant was and stopped. And a lot of our neighbors, immediate neighbors around us on that same side of the street that we lived on, had ice plant too, and the fire stopped. It didn't go any farther. But some of the folks that didn't have that had more damage, and then one of our neighbors, like I said, their house was a total loss. I don't know how there weren't more. I'm surprised, but anyway, you know what, I like this red better. It's a blue red, and it's not such depressing content on the page to be cutting with all those terrible fires in Australia. So, alright, we'll take, I don't know what I'm going to do with that. No idea. And you know what I should do? Make sure my phone isn't totally full and stopped, you know, recording, because my luck, it will do that. Oh, it's still going. Yay. Okay. Oh, let me get more comfy. Let's see here. I mean, there's more red, but I've got plenty, I think, to start with. What else have we got? Could I do anything with these people? Maybe. I don't know, but I'm going to take it. I need to find my other scissors that are much, much better than these El Cheapos. That's a pretty purpley blue there, but I'm going to stick with the green and the red. What else? I guess white would be, you know, I could do maybe snowflakes out of the print. No, I don't know. That probably wouldn't look right. Do I want to incorporate gray? I don't know. No blue. I think this is, oh, some of this green, maybe. Alright. Oh, yeah, interesting. Trying to make something pretty from a magazine that covering really unpleasant things going on in the world. You know, that is really pretty right there. That part right there. And I think I'm going to take some of this grass here. There's green in that and that. Alright, what else have we got? I'm going to move this aside. and go for the... Now this, I probably should have dug out my December issue. It's probably upstairs. Oh, now see, aren't those lovely? So if you do one in blue colors for Christmas, look at what you could put on all up. You know what? I could use that. I'm going to. Let's do it. Let's do it. I think if I do a little fussy cutting with this, and maybe, I'm going to put that one aside. That's got gold in it, but maybe, I don't know. I think I would like these better with the blue. But we're going to do this anyway. You know, I've got my fussy cutting scissors upstairs because a lot of times I'll sit up there and have a video on and just grab a magazine and start fussy cutting things. Oh, look at that. Isn't that pretty? Beautiful. It's pretty pattern too. These magazines are great. Go to the thrift stores and look for old Architectural Digest or anything like that that you can find. And let me see if I can get anything else. That's interesting, Christmassy kind of colors. And then you can, you know, end up with all these interesting patterns and colors and get the magazines for cheap. Or, you know, I've mentioned before, that's not quite red. You can, there, you can, oh, there it is again. I think I'm better. You can ask your friends and your neighbors and, oh my goodness. Yeah, I need that in my house. A little over, not over the top, it certainly isn't, but I think for my humble little house, it probably wouldn't look right. But you know, when I win the lottery, that is when I buy tickets, that's a Christmassy kind of scene. We're going to use that too, I guess, maybe. Anyway, you know, and I buy my castle, you know, in France or something, then I'll have a ceiling like that. I think some of this here might work out just, you know what, I'm going to go that way. Just peachy keen. It's a nice red and some interesting texture. Okay. These I'm going to punch out. You know, you can't, well, actually, you know what? It's kind of torn. Let's see if I can do that. I don't know if I'll get in trouble for using somebody's art once I tear it up. I don't think so. Alright, let me find something I can fussy cut with. These might work. I brought over my paper punches, but not everybody has them. So I think what I might do is, it's been so long since I've been a kid, cutting out, you know, little images and flowers. I think what I am still going to do is use the paper punch. You know, because we're trying to do this on shoestring budget kind of thing. I think that right there is a little wonky, but it's not so bad. It just needs a little more detail here. And speaking of detail, I probably need to put on my magnifying glasses. So anyway, even if you don't cut these out perfectly, it really doesn't matter, because by the time you do a couple of layers, or just like this, add some glitter glue or whatever you're gonna do. I'm gonna use the paper punch, this one right here, real quick. Just right there. Let go. Come on. really. Just because I haven't cut out paper stuff like that since, you know, probably 40 years ago. There is a piece of something in there, I think. There it is. All right. Does this one flip up? I think so. Ah, it's gotta, there we go. Yeah, kind of a wonky piece there. Toss that in the recycle bin. Let me grab another one here. What else have we got? Because I want to get some of these cut out. And put some glitter glue on them so they can dry. Let's try that one. That's actually much larger than I thought it was. Those are really tiny. That's pretty small too. Well, let's see how we do. Oh, it flips up too. All right, everybody out. There we go. I wonder if I have a use for that. I doubt it, but anyway. I think I like these flowers better, maybe. I don't know. Okay, let's start with the envelope first. So I think what I'm going to do is, I don't know, about like that, I guess. That isn't quite, that goes on an angle, the way it's, so that's not just me messing up, okay? Now, remember at the top I was going to possibly do an edge here or something to cover up the wonkiness. Or not. I don't know. If I do it like that, let me change glasses. If I do it like that, doesn't look crooked. It's just the angle of the photo, you know, so that's fine, you know. No big deal. Alright, let me grab, oh, that's got too much glitter on it. Let's try this. Make sure I get my edges really well covered. Hey, cut that out. Yep, there we go. Alright, what else can we do here? We'll do how about some green? Let's do something. I want something like that. Maybe. Oops, picked up some lace there. Alright, what else have I got? I have some patterns here. Hey, I cut it straight. This one isn't right there, but that's all right. I managed to get one. Yay. Shocking. Let's go with some different greens. This is really pretty. Reminds me of evergreen trees. I'm going to cut that top part out because it has blue from the sky. Maybe I'll put that along. I don't know. We'll see. This along here. I'm not sure. I'm going to overlap that just a little bit. And I don't mind that it's two greens next to each other because they're so different. So, oops, realize that's probably in the way. Okay, let's go with, I just think that is so pretty. I don't know. I'm going to trim that off about there because I like that strip of the black or the darker green. It's not quite black, it's just really dark green. It adds a little contrast. I think I'll put that. And this isn't cut straight either, and I don't care. I mean, I do, but why don't I put it there instead? What if I did that? I'm getting a lot of glare. I don't know if you are, but I'm getting a ton of it from these magazine pieces. So let me try. Oh, I heard my dog. That was Barney. Sweet dog rescued from this podunk town. Small, I won't say podunk, but it was small country town from the shelter. No one came to claim him, and he was found running loose and apparently didn't belong to anybody. So I got a phone call saying, hey, we have a collie here. Do you want him? I can put him on next week's transport. And I said, sure. And I picked him up off the transport. I'm like, well, you're not all collie, that's for sure. So he's definitely a mix. And because he's a mix, because we run a purebred collie rescue, most people coming to us are looking for a collie that looks, you know, like Lassie. He does not look like Lassie. So, so he kind of ended up being ours, and that happens a lot when we end up with mixed dogs and such. People won't adopt them because they are looking for purebred dogs, and so they end up staying with us, and they kind of become our dogs, which is fine. So Barney's a good boy. I don't think he had he had a confusing background. He wasn't well socialized, and you know, he could be a little. He has fear aggression, that's for sure. We've been working with him on that for a long time. He's much better. We've actually had him almost 10 years now, and it's taken him quite a while to come around. But he went through a serious illness, and that changed. Hey, I got it straight. Woohoo! And that changed a lot of his attitude around strange things because he kind of was stuck having to go to the vet a lot and you know, go through the treatment that was necessary, and so he had it kind of rough there for a while, but he's done really well. So he'd be so talkative, and so whenever you hear, if I'm recording and you hear woo, that's him chatting in the background about something. So you know, if he wants something, he'll talk. If he's happy, he'll talk. If he's, you know, excited, whatever, he makes some kind of noise, and it's very cute. So All right, what else do I want? I'm trying not to think too much about this. I want to just go, you know what I mean? Just keep going. There's an interesting pattern there, so I'm going to take some of that and put it here. Let's see what we get. Oops. Would help if, you know what, I'm going to go a little bit over that side and a little bit over that side too. And what should I stick there? Yeah, I never did use that, did I? Well, why not now? Okie dokie. I need a smaller piece though. I'm going to go with that. Looks like that might be about the right size. Well, I'm really winging it there. Yeah, that's fine. I'll just trim it off on the back. Oop, I don't mind if it's a little bit, well, wait a minute, let me go ahead and pull that one down. Oop, and pull it that way. Go, 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 go. There. All right. See, I can cut straight if I have a guide. Other than that, no, not so much. I don't know, because this is a matte finish, if I'm going to like any of this anywhere on this, you know. I like different textures, you know. Alright, let me see if I can remember how to do this. You take them and you kind of fold them in half. And you can kind of get a circle. That is not it. I know there's a way to do this. Maybe it's fold them in half and then crunch them up. Is that it? Maybe it's crunch them up and fold them in half. I used to do this a lot. I don't remember now. You know, if you don't do stuff for a long time, it's easy to forget. But I think, you know, I'm kind of getting there. I don't know. That's a little smaller and a little more round. What have we got here? It doesn't have the shimmer, but that's not something we can't fix. Let's see. Do I want to go with gold? Maybe. You know what? I'm going to go with the gold. Just do it. Maybe. Let me put a little bit on there, see if I like it. Yeah, just do it. I got 10 million of those things. If I don't like it, I can make another one. And it's not like this is going to go to waste. I will find some place for this to work in some other background, or I'll cut it up and use it in something else. So I'm not too worried about it. It's kind of nice when you're working with this, you know, all these different mediums here and altered, very sticky, altered pieces and whatnot, because you've got a lot more room. Get a baby wipe here. A lot more room for mistakes. To not be a big deal. You know, you can work it out, figure it out, do something else. All right, I'm going to check really quick and make sure this thing didn't keel over from running out of space. Oh, I can't believe it's still going. I'm shocked. I'm really shocked. Okay, I don't know if that's going to end up on there. It just might. I think a little bit of this color is going to help because this is in here, this darker red. So I'm going to throw a little in a couple of spots where it needs it, which is pretty much everywhere. So let's see what we get. Hey, now it's just flattening out and being a pain in the booty. That's all right. I'll kind of fold it back up in a second here, and hopefully it will stick to itself with all of this glue everywhere. if I can do it without making too much of a mess. Or if I can even do it at all. Come on now. Get back that way. Don't go oval on me. I don't want oval. I want round. It's kind of looks like a pair of kissy, lips like, you use for Valentine's Day. Doing a little kiss. Pucker up, I guess that's what it is. Pucker. That thing. Alright. Come on now. Don't be difficult. Now, I suppose I could dry this a lot faster if I got out my heat tool. Alright, this is not quite as nice of a fold as I had, but I kind of, sort of don't really... Come on, you're probably not going to stay. I don't think it's going to. As long as it's just a little more round. The glue, it's because it's so wet, is getting rid of the perforations. So there's a nice little lesson learned. Maybe using something like, yeah, it's giving me problems. You know what we can do? Seriously, cut it in half and I can do a corner that way. That's totally fine. I'm thinking maybe something not quite so wet. So something along the lines of a glitter spray paint. Glitter, that glossy, glittery stuff, iridescent and whatnot. But the only thing is that I'm trying to keep this as cheap as possible, so that, because that stuff is, what, about $8 or $9 a can, something like that. So I'm trying to do something as freebie as possible. But I'm not too worried about that. Everything is salvageable. Oops. Except for glue sticks. If you don't put your lids back on, well, they get hard and nasty. And alright, I'm just apparently going to have glitter all over me for the rest of the day. Which is not a surprise when you're working with glitter. So, alright, so we got this side done. Let that dry. I'm not even sure where actually, I do know where it is. It's out there. I'm going to try this. What's on this green one? Okay, that's a solid green. Now this, nope. And I don't want to force myself to use something I really don't want to use, but I'm trying to think of things that we all kind of have laying around to make it uber cheap. See, that picks up on that green there, so that's not so bad. And I can always do glitter on the piece that is on top. So make that look glittery. I want to make this just a little bit smaller and not oval. There we go again. I'm getting into oval. That's a little bit better. Not much. A little bit. Close enough. Oh, well, I say that and it bounced right back out again. Get in there, you. That's all right. Okay. Those jewelry pieces, where did those go? They are... Wait, I cut them out. They're over here. I'm wondering what could come... Obviously, there's a blue background, which I don't want. If I was using blue colors, that would be fine. These scissors are part of the pack that came with those pink ones that I was complaining about earlier, and they're not very sharp. So I do have, like I said, the good fussy cut scissors, but they're upstairs, and I didn't even think to grab them before I started. So that wasn't such a good thing. Oh well. I think what I'm going to do with this is do that white iridescent finish. I wonder if these are going to be better. It's like those tear the paper. They don't cut the paper. They almost, it's like they tear it. It seems, oh wow, what a difference in the cutting. The edge is much neater. Of course, right now, I'm trying to get, there we go. And you know those pages that I saw in the magazine that had those 3 stripes of different colors, you know, cutting those out into circles to mimic, I need to neaten this up a little bit, to mimic ornaments or something, easy to do. And if you've got just color paper around, or you have, you know, construction paper, that would work great. And, you know, when we've got kids, typically we have that kind of stuff around. So it's pretty easy to dig in and find stuff for free, you know, to create fairly cheap. I'm going to be daring, and I think I'm going to try and put this, where to go, the iridescent, here we go. Oops, well, hello there. And I can always do green around this edge. You know what, I think I will. But first, this is the one. All right, I need, you know what, I'm going to grab a fresh, wet baby wipe, because if I don't like this, I can wipe it off really quickly. Let's take a peek, see what we get. I think it's going to be pretty, but I don't know. It looks Christmassy, that works. I think what I'm going to try and do is get the petals as best I can. I could do the whole thing, but I definitely want to put it over the diamonds, which I'm sure in this piece of jewelry is definitely diamonds. So now they're going to curl, but that's okay. Once it's dry, you know, when I glue it down, it'll be fine. But for right now, when I lay it down here, it's probably going to want to keep rolling over, which not so good. That's okay. All right, I'm going to do, now this isn't exactly Stickles, but, which I love that brand, but these will do in a pinch. Hopefully that won't stick to that paper. All right, I'm going to do the edge of this green here and this. Now I did get this at Hobby Lobby. It was $4.99. If you get the 40% off coupon, obviously you're going to save yourself quite a bit. You can find glitter like this at Dollar Tree, but it's hit or miss. So, you know, you have to, every time you go in, you have to look and see if it's around, because it's, I don't see it all the time, and I think the reason for that is that other people get there before I do. But, you know, I don't need more glitter. I have so much from working at Michael's. I have so many different types of glitter, and I have from the kids glitter, because I used to do kids stuff. I was teaching kids classes at Michael's too, along with scrapbooking and beading and stuff like that. I also volunteered at one of the local middle schools, junior high schools, and was helping the art class. It was a before school art class, because kids would be dropped off about 6:30 in the morning, and school didn't start until a little after 8. I think it was like 8:10 or something like that. So they'd be hanging out at the school and walking around, and you know, it just wasn't the best situation. So they had anybody could come in, art class kind of a thing. And so I ended up buying supplies and things for the class, because you know, they didn't have a lot. It wasn't a big budget school district. You know, and I had some for myself, because I would just work on things for ideas and such. You know, obviously they had a teacher there, and she moved to China, and so the program kind of stopped. You know, I'm not a teacher, so not, you know, for school. I've taught a lot, but, you know, I was teaching, you know, in my profession, which was much different. And so, you know, I couldn't take over or anything like that. So, and they did get a new art teacher, but the program it may have continued, but not long after that we moved, and so I was out of state. I couldn't help anymore. So, and I moved 1,600 miles away. So anyway, all right. So there's that and that, and I'm not so sure I'm gonna like this with this, but we're going with it anyway, just cause. So I'm gonna move that over. You know, and you could probably do something like this with the kids too. Obviously, it's after Christmas, but kids are still in a Christmassy kind of mood. At least the kids I know, they still want to create and be crafty and have some fun. Keep themselves busy, so maybe that's something you can plan with your children or work with them, or, you know. Okay, so this piece here is a little off, so I'm going to see if I can find it's not really long enough. I could do, what have we got here? I think I'll just take a tiny piece of this. First of all, cut that straight. Yeah, right. I don't know exactly how long that is, so it's probably going to be a little bit longer than I need, but that's okay. And if it's not exactly perfect, that is okay too. Doesn't really matter at this point, number one, because it's just going to be covered up. Glue stick, there you are. Oh. Alright, let's see. Well, goodness gravy gracious. Let's try that again. Winging it. Totally winging it here. Kind of weird to not have a plan. Normally when I'm making things, I've got an idea. Helps it move along faster, I think. It seems like this is taking forever. Probably does to you too. But if you're doing a craft with me, then maybe not so much. That little spot right there. Let me see if I can move that down. Oh, good, it moved. Of course, it's messed up on that side. So, I may end up doing something else. Now, what you can do, normally I would ink this with like a, obviously not this blue, but a distress ink. You know, I might use something like this color. Oops. You know, this is worn lipstick. But not everybody has these. But I'm willing to bet everyone has crayons or markers, especially if you've got kids. So I'm going to grab a marker. Whoops. Let's see here. You know, I've got Dollar Tree markers, and I have these here, which aren't really much fancier. These are Artist Loft, and I got these at Michael's a million years ago. And what color red is that? I think I'm going to kind of go with this darker, darker color. You know, they're not exactly high-end. I have high-end markers that I use. Actually, I haven't used some of them in a while, you know, and I've got high-end paint pens and things like that. So this color here kind of matches the, kind of the darker color in this. So I just want to get rid of the white edge there. I think what I might do is just kind of go along like that. I need my better magnifying glasses. These are pretty good, but I'm not seeing this as well as I'd like. The joys of aging. Everything hurts and you can't see a dang thing. But thankful to be here because I have friends who are not. And friends who were friends when I was a kid. Who've been gone for more than 40 years. So it might be rough getting older, but I am oh so thankful that I am here. So been able to enjoy doing stuff like this and to volunteer and stuff like that to help. So, because I have been on the other side of that too, you know. I've lost a job before and things got tight, you know. It actually wasn't a job, it was a business. And the economy was really bad. This is back in the early 80s. And I was really trying to hang on for my employees. And I couldn't do it. And so I made sure they were taken care of as long as they could be. And then, hi everyone. Well, remember when I said I might run out of room on my phone because I was downloading a video, recording a video, and I have a bunch of pictures I need to offload onto my computer? Well, I did. And so the video stopped. And even though I kept checking it periodically, I didn't check it for a little bit and looked up, and I had pretty much finished everything. So here's what you missed. When it cut off, I was working on the back, and I actually caught a little glue on that. So I kind of was wiping that off, and it took some of the color off of the paper. So I might distress that a little bit. I'm not really sure. I'll come up with something. I'm not too worried about it. Anyway, so that's what I was working on, and I had this off to the side drying. So what I did was I did add two things from Dollar Tree. I had a bunch of the name tags. These were $1 at Dollar Tree. They had different styles, and I bought a couple different styles. These were $1, and there's 25 of them in there. So I used this. Sorry, I realize there's some glare because there's plastic around this. So I used this here. And this is Dollar Tree ribbon that I had. I bought this year. So I put that across. And then this is the only thing I actually use that's not either Dollar Tree or from the recycle bin. And that was these here, because I did cut out some snowflakes. And I'm not particularly good at that, apparently. I mean, they're okay. This would be fine hanging up, but it just was too heavy. See how thick and heavy that looks? Whereas that has a better look to it. So I made a few, and they were okay. And I thought, well, I'll try the gold and to pop some color around. And I ended up using this. So this is the one thing, but it's not a necessary thing, because there's tons of tutorials on YouTube how to cut out snowflakes. And oops, and then you can go through them yourself and find what you want, and take your time to make a proper snowflake, or what you find proper, and add some gold. I just put some gold glitter glue wherever it went. It's floating around here somewhere. Here it is. So anyway, and this is Craft Smart. This is from Michael's $2 bin or dollar bin. So anyway, so I grabbed one of these, and this is from Michael's, and I got these this year, and I got them at, I think they were at least 40 off, maybe 50 off. So, and I just cut a little piece, whatever I needed, and then from there, and that's that. So, but everything else is, I had the cupcake liner already. I had the glitter glue, which you can get at Hobby Lobby for 40% off every single week. They have a coupon, and you can use the coupon every day. So, you just keep, and you can download it, you can have it on your phone, you can print it off, you can take a picture of it. I use mine just a picture, and I just show them what I've got, when I'm buying something. So, anyway, but all this paper behind here, all of this was just from magazines and, just magazines. So, anyway, so this is the cover, and it's now finished. I don't know how that's looking. I know there's a little bit of sheen there. And then this is from the paper towel, kitchen towels roll. And what I'm going to do in a separate video is make a journal that's going to fit inside here, and it's going to be made from the same thing. Scrap papers, paper cutouts, flowers, whatever I can find. Maybe some of this Dollar Tree ribbon again or something. I'll come up with something, but I'm trying to make it as cheap. Basically, super low cost or no cost crafting, since it is expensive. can really be expensive. And, you know, we've got families with kids, and, you know, the budget's a little tighter. You know, I don't have any kids around that I have to take care of and support. So, you know, I have a little more flexibility with my budget. But believe me, there's been plenty of times where I didn't. And I was kind of talking about that on the last part of the video. You know, I know what it's like to lose a job, and, you know, money's tight, and, you know, you're trying to be creative during the holidays, and it's not easy to do. So anyway, so there you go. So it is New Year's Eve. I don't know if I'm going to finish this video tonight, not video, but this journal tonight, or if I'm not, I don't know. So I wish you the happiest of upcoming years. I do hope everything changes. There's hope on the horizon for all of us in so many ways. You know, spring is coming. That's something. Maybe you've got a birthday coming up. That's something wonderful. Valentine's Day is coming up. So that's chocolate. Yay! So, even though we're probably all sick of eating chocolate from this time of year, but things to look forward to, and, you know, health-wise, things to look forward to are on the horizon and everything. So I just wish you and your family the best. I wish you safety and health and happiness, and I guess that's it. So have a great night. Happy New Year to you. Take care, and God bless. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.